Hi, my name is Susan. Welcome to the video portion of the Ladies Retreat. And as we've been talking, there is a Wonder Woman in all of us. And God has given all of us many different experiences and talents and gifts and little quirks. And He wants all of us to use those to fulfill His mission. And His mission is to reach out to other people in the world, of course. And right now, we've asked 5 wonderful women to come tell us their story. And you know, as women, we all love to hear other people's stories because we're nosy like that. And our hope in this video is that we're going to learn something from them and be encouraged by the things that they're doing, because these 5 women have taken something in their life, their talent, their past hurts, their experiences, and they're trying to use that to fulfill the mission that God's given them. I'm sitting here with Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
And we've asked her to tell us a little bit about herself and her story. Can you tell me a little bit about your past?
I was adopted when I was in 7th grade, and I come from a family who really doesn't believe in any kind of organized religion, or really that God is an option at all. I started coming around GAC in 2013 and was very stubborn about the whole thing, and was baptized in February 2015.
Okay. And how did you're going to school to learn how to interpret for the deaf.
Yes.
How did you start into that?
When I was born, my eardrums wouldn't flex properly, so I needed ear tubes, and every time my tubes fall out, they would stop working. Basically I would get an instant ear infection. So my grandma, who's a kindergarten teacher, was like, "Oh, she needs to know sign language," because she's a kindergarten teacher and it's great. So I would just buy books and just kind of teach myself. And then in high school, I was a runner for security, and there was a deaf boy that we would always hang around with and teach me all the bad stuff. And and I just thought it was super cool because I was the only other kid at my high school who really knew sign language. So I just really liked it ever since.
Yeah, that's cool. So how are you taking your skill? Obviously you have other things that you try to do to fulfill God's mission, but most people know you as the ladies. Who is that up there?
The lady flailing her hands in the air,
yeah. So how do you go about trying to use your skill that you have to help other people find God?
I feel like it's a skill that God has given me specifically because there's a whole group of people who can't hear and use an entirely different language than we do. And I feel like that's an entire group of people that we're limited to reach. And so I feel like God has said, hey, you're using this thing, you can reach this group of people that some other people can't. So I try to kind of bridge the language gap because I'm not going to be able to connect with every deaf person.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Sure.
But I can at least help them meet other people and be that interpreter, that just language barrier, so they can connect with people. Because if you can imagine trying to reach out to somebody who doesn't know your language, I mean, you in the India church,
right?
I mean, sometimes there's that I don't know what you're saying, but I do know. So
and you go to small group and interpret for them. You do Sundays,
Bible studies, everything like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
very cool. That's what we want to know. Well, thank you for sharing that. Hi, I'm sitting here with my friend Ulrika, and can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I can. I am from Sweden originally, and I've been here 24 years old.
Wow.
For 24 years, I think.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, and I was baptized about 18 years ago, maybe, or something. And I think, the thing that we're doing this year with the acts and learning about basically our mission, it has been good for me, and I like the way that we're going because I've never really identified with the Midwestern Christian culture, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up being a Christian, and I didn't grow up in the Midwest, so none of that is natural to me. So what we're doing now, we're focusing on the actual message as opposed to religious, cultural traditions. appeals to me much more. And
Yeah.
I feel like I can, it speaks to me more.
Yeah, that's great. And I always felt like you were such a good example of somebody who's slowly over time growing slowly. In fact, sometimes I still look at you and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at her. Because I've known you the whole time.
I
You
know.
we go way back, don't we? So, okay, so when it comes to your mission, and you shared some of this with me before about how you feel about what your mission is. Can you tell me how you feel about knowing?
I don't know.
Exactly, yeah. And I think a lot of us feel that way, like we were just saying. It is really hard to know exactly. And, myself even, I've been looking at this thinking, I've been, a Christian since I was 15. And since we started talking about this, asking myself, well, what is my mission? What does God want me to do? And it is hard to figure out sometimes. So what is it that you are doing right now, though?
I am. Well, I think that getting to know God's power and his message, understanding the resurrection, like we've been talking about in our group, is something that I'm kind of wrestling with a little bit, and I want to understand it because I want to be able to share the message the way that it is,
Yeah.
But also, with our 3 middle schoolers, I have started engaging in the middle school ministry,
Yeah.
which has been rewarding, surprisingly.
Yeah, because that is something that's out of your comfort zone,
Yes.
out of the box for you, definitely.
Yes.
Which is very encouraging to me. I know. So, and why did you and Dave step in and do this? I mean, what were you trying to accomplish when you did that?
Well, first of all, we wanted to serve together, and we've served in the children's ministry before, but now we're thinking, our kids, we need to be, we want to be engaged with our kids and our kids' friends as well.
Yeah.
And I work with little kids, like 3 years old to 2nd grade. That's the group that I feel comfortable with. Give me a 3-year-old any day, we will, we'll get along real well. But middle schoolers are like a different species. They're kind of different. So it was really something that I needed to I just get comfortable with,
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
it's been great
fun.
too.
Yeah.
Watching you guys, it's been very cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here with my friend Emily, and can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Emily Chappell. I'm originally from Kankakee, which is a little bit south of Chicago. I'm a special education major at SIUE, and I've been a Christian for like 3 years now.
Okay, that's good. Can you tell us a little bit about your mother-in-law?
Oh, she's wonderful.
Thank you. She's my daughter-in-law for some of you that don't know that. Anyway, so obviously we're talking about your mission, and can you tell us what you feel like God has put in front of you as your mission?
Yeah, for me, I don't really have just one specific mission, I feel. I just really try to see needs and fill the needs that are put in front of me. So if that's reaching out to someone on campus or helping out in Discovery Land or just whatever needs done, I try to do it. I just feel like serving is one of the best ways that I get to show God's love for people. And so that's just something I really try to do.
That's good. So how do you go about, when you say you see needs, how do you go about deciding what you're going to do? You see somebody that on campus?
Yeah, like if I see someone on campus, like I remember when I was a freshman and a sophomore, I didn't have a car. So that's like a really easy need to fill, like when people need rides to Walmart or Target or just anywhere really, or even if they just need like a friend to get lunch with, I'll just go and eat with them and just try to be there for them. I know for me, like when I came down here, I didn't know anyone, and making friends was hard. So I try really hard to just go and be the friend that I wanted my freshman year.
That's cool. That's cool. So basically, you got to have your eyes open, looking for needs. Then you got to think of, what does God want me to do about this? And that's your mission, trying to reach out to people and just seeing what's in front of you. So, all right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right. Hello. I'm here with my friend Ellen. And Ellen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I became a Christian early in life and was baptized, and later on when I was a teenager, I went to a non-denominational camp and figured out some of the things I thought were wrong, and so was rebaptized after that.
Okay,
And,
did you grow up around East Alton?
I did grow up in the East Alton
Okay, I wasn't sure where
area.
you're from, so
Yeah.
I got you.
And so I went to churches along there.
I got you.
And things went along pretty smoothly. You know, when you're a teenager, things go wrong.
Sure.
Normal teenager challenges.
Yeah.
And then I married young, and I've had children young.
Uh-huh.
And so I wasn't the best mother, I don't think. And then when my oldest daughter was 8, she was killed. And a drunk driver ran through her home
Oh, goodness.
and killed her with an 18-wheeler. So it changed a lot. I tried to stay in the church I was in and still project myself as a good Christian, and you know, it was hard, and we struggled with financially with our marriage, and eventually kind of left that church that we were in, and didn't get a whole lot of support, you know. So it was kind of bouncing around years, not really going anywhere, and feeling that the plan I had in mind that I thought God had for me was not really the plan He had, you know.
Yeah, I understand
And you
that.
struggle with that for years, and
Yeah.
then we started coming here much later, and
I remember when I met you. You signed up to help with that kids thing, and I didn't even know who you were. And here you were signing up to help us. So
right.
I remember.
I figured that was the best way to get to know
Yeah,
people
that was
and,
great,
and
yeah.
know how things were. I think it really didn't click for us here at this church until you had Not a Fan
Oh,
program.
okay. Yeah.
And we joined Debbie and Chris's
I gotcha.
small group,
I
and it
gotcha.
was a real eye opener. All that guilt that I had felt through the years, I must have done something to have caused all that.
Yeah, so it helped you work through some things.
It
huh?
did.
So what is it you feel right now that is your mission that God's put in front of you?
Well, I
We
stayed-
all know that you can sew.
Right.
So how did you learn to sew? I mean, how did that come about?
Actually, I learned in Girl Scouts when I was younger. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
My mother doesn't sew. I sew
I
for her.
gotcha.
But I discovered I really liked it, and I found it therapeutic.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's
all
good.
those years that I was going through so much,
Yeah.
it really was a godsend for me. And I worked several different jobs. I have a lot of experience
I gotcha.
on different things.
So you've taken your ability and turned it into something
And
to
so
help
when-
other people.
The year that we were talking about our talents, using
Mm-hmm.
our talents for God, it kind of weighed on my mind that, well, the only talent I really have, other than some leadership qualities, is sewing. And I thought, well, why not put them together? And
Yeah.
if we have enough sewers, we'll just jump right into projects. And if we don't, then we'll
Yeah.
teach some people.
I know, I know you and Suzanne are up to all kinds of stuff that we don't even know about, which I
Right.
think is awesome. So, and can you tell us a little bit what you do? I think you've taken stuff to nursing homes and
We've
just-
taken the walker bags that go on
Okay.
the walkers, and also bags that go on the side of the wheelchairs
I gotcha.
to the nursing homes.
You make
And then-
costumes for the
Right.
Discoveryland stuff?
Oh, that's
and-
been so much fun.
Yeah,
For the Discovery
yeah.
Land and for Easter
Yeah,
last year.
okay.
So that I felt like that was directly helping the church out, you know,
Yeah.
with
So the sewing goes in really to help people who needs things, but it also goes in to help, you know, assist other people who are gonna be teaching or whatever,
Right.
so that's
and I
awesome.
think it's kind of nice to pass it on after so
Yeah,
many years because I'm
sure.
getting older, so I'm
Yeah.
going to pass the skills on.
Yeah, that's great.
And I feel like it's a sort of a God-given talent, but it's also a learned process. So
Yeah.
anybody can learn it,
Yeah.
even kids, which
Yeah,
do
that's
really well
great.
at it.
Yeah, that's great.
And we've also made some toys for the toy giveaway.
Oh, okay.
One year we made stuffed pillows
Yeah,
and things like that, look like frogs and ladybugs.
I gotcha. Well, it's Susan Gabert calling me because she's coming up next to do her testimony. Hello? Hello, I'm here with my friend Susan. Anyway, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you became a Christian, and give us a little bit of your background?
Okay, I grew up in an abusive family, an abusive household. I got pregnant when I was a teenager. She was a sick little girl. She was terminal illness. Had a bad first marriage. And right about that time when I'm coming out of that first marriage and finding out Vera's sick, we got invited to church. And Sonia and I, Coral invited us.
Oh,
Sonia and I
okay,
went to church. And my other sister, Yolanda, we all three went to a Bible talk.
Yeah.
And started going to church. I got baptized then, back in the 90s. But I was struggling with a lot of things, a lot of past issues, and Vera's health and stuff. Anyway, I kind of pulled away. We moved away, actually. Vera and I moved away, and I left the church, and I got real upset with God for a while, and I did a lot of things I shouldn't have done. And then we came home, and so you know, throughout the years, Tanya's invited us to church, and I didn't really ever accept her invitations, or I would once in a while come to visit.
Yeah.
I think I tried to come back once in the late 90s, but it didn't work. Anyway, recently I started feeling really lonely and feeling like I was missing something, and I needed to be back with God and God's people. And so anyway, I came back to church, and I've been here since then.
Okay, cool. So you have obviously, I've known you guys and your family and all you for a long time, and obviously you've had a lot of tough things go on in your life, just like you were sharing. So, and how do you feel that you've taken those hard things in your life and turned them into trying to help other people? Well, there's your mission that God's given you.
My mission. I think my mission is just to love people, no matter how it is that you do that. You're right, there's a lot of stuff in my past. I've gone through a lot of things, all kinds of abuse, and then Vera's illness, and you know, bad marriages, and just, you know, financial problems, and then my own sinful nature. You know, I dabbled in things I shouldn't have, and but all that gives you experience and to help people, other people, to get through, to learn how to love and to forgive. Forgiveness is a big issue when you're healing a heart. So I think I know how to do those things now, and I like to help people accomplish that.
That's good. Well, and I see you involved in all kinds of things. I mean, you help with the Wounded Heart class, and you help with the preteens, and I know recently at work you were trying to reach out to some ladies at work and trying to get them into a Bible study that we were having so that they can have a relationship with God, because ultimately that's the most important thing to help with all those other things too. So, so that's basically how you go about fulfilling your mission, right?
Yep.
You try to pay attention to what people are going through. And I know you're good at this too, because you and I talk about things and you pick things out that I don't even see. It's because you pay attention to people and you're looking at them, and then you try to go about doing something that's going to help them get closer to God.
I don't know that I'm good at it. I just...
Yes, you are. I said you were.
Okay. Well, thank you. But I do like.
We wouldn't let you sit here in this
help.
lovely chair if you weren't good at this stuff.
I do love people, and I like to get to know people.
Yes.
My mom used to say, "You put me in a room with a stranger for 5 minutes, there's no stranger."
I believe that. You're very good at that. People love you. We like to give each other a hard time. Sarcasm is our love language. Don't be thinking I'm being mean to her, because after this video is over, she's going to give it right back to me. Right?
That's right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm struggling.
I know, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Come back. That's funny. You should leave part of that on there. Can you cut that part out?
Or should we do it over again?
We call each other all the time and we say, "Hi Susan, this is Susan," and then we laugh because we think that's funny. But anyway, yeah, it's still funny. All right, maybe halfway through we were good, so we'll just have to recover and get the tail end to her.
Yeah.